Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's 1 Million by 1 Million Strategy Roundtable for Entrepreneurs. This is part of the first and only global virtual incubator in the world. Our mission is to help 1 million entrepreneurs reach $1 million in annual revenue and beyond, build $1 trillion in global GDP and 10 million jobs. And that mission is entirely predicated upon your success. So our mission will not be successful if you are not successful. So we are fully committed to making sure that you are successful and doing whatever we can to help you become successful entrepreneurs. This is our 218th roundtable. So we've been doing this for a little while and have accumulated quite a depth of experience in working with entrepreneurs around the world, and are very keenly aware of what kinds of issues you are facing in the trenches. And this event is being recorded. You will have the recording available later on in the program at both at our blog as well as in our YouTube channel. I will give you the URL in a moment. If you're following us on Twitter, our handles are at 1M by 1M and at Sramana. You're very welcome to follow these one or both of these channels. We push a really serious amount of very high value content, entrepreneurship related content through these channels. And if you like live tweeting the show today, please use the hashtag 1M1M. This is our YouTube channel, 1M1M Roundtables, and you'll find recordings of a whole host of prior roundtables. You'll find some cartoons there. You'll find 1M1M FAQs, all sorts of things. And for those of you who have indicated that you would like to have a chat with me during this call, and I know some of you have sent me private messages just before this, and Maureen as well, these are the instructions. I will put these back up when we're ready for calls. We're going to first do the slide presentations, the people who have sent us slide presentations. And the phone number to dial into is 650-479-3208, access code 663-363-004. We'll put these back up again. So are we starting with Satish or Biplav? Maureen? Sounds like we're starting with.
I think it is going to be me because Satish has requested. He's probably having some trouble.
Yeah, here we go. So you are up first, Biplav?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Can audience hear me?
We can hear you fine. Thank you. Go ahead.
Great. Fine. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, everybody, and thank you, Sramana, for giving me and our team an opportunity to pitch maybe for a couple of minutes of what we do. And I think first I should thank you for doing such a fantastic job to bring all the entrepreneurs into the one table and discuss the mutual problems. GS Technology is a company founded in Maryland. Primarily, I was the first founder, and then I pulled a few talent from my friends and my former boss and stuff like that. We are focused on Internet of Things, and since it's such a big buzzword and such a vast topic, we are focusing on a very niche application on Internet of Things, which is related to safety and security. And even safety and security using Internet of Things is also very large topic to cover, and we are focusing even within them on a very particular thing, which is called grounding and earthing related safety, because we feel industrial safety and to some extent a lot of public safety depend on proper grounding of electrical equipment. And we found that this area is really not looked after, although we have the reported cases that, this is the area where companies are primarily willing to invest to utilize the latest development in IT technology for improving the safety, especially for the remote location and better legal reasons. Now, thank you for going to the next slide. So let me just brief you our experience. We founded the company 2 years back, and we didn't raise any fund. We have been operating as a partner development. So till today, our money comes from the fact that there are a lot of IoT entrepreneurs who come to us, and we do a total turnkey development in Internet of Things because, there's a huge amount of Internet startups that are coming into this area, and given the fact that we have gathered a lot of expertise, we help other clients to develop it. But as for our own company is concerned, we developed our own product, which is owned by us, and that's actually related in the area of safety, security, and health. So essentially, we have 3 differentiated solutions. One solution is in the earthbound monitoring system. The second solution is in the lock platform. It's a generalized digital lock platform. And third solution is a healthcare-related solution on heart sound analyzer, which is for very low-cost markets. Next slide, please. Generally, to give you a background of Internet of Things, I think most of you are very familiar with it because this is the most happening thing. It was there for a long time, but I would say that cost was prohibiting. Now, with the reduced cost of different kind of wireless protocol, existing platform, the field of connected device, or in general we call it M10 device, is really exploding, especially driven by the safety market, healthcare market, and home automation market. As you know, the Google has bought it, Cisco. This is becoming the major focus. You go to Verizon and Comcast. Every other big company is focusing on IoT as the next big thing. And we feel that all of us have a little role to play here. Next slide, please. So just to tell you about our first product, which is in the safety market. It's a very simple product, but involves a significant amount of innovation. The product, the concept is very simple. You have a lot of electrical installation. It can be in the cell tower, it can be in the power transmission line, can be in oil transmission line. Now, all of this industrial installation, primary safety belongs to the fact that they have been able to earth them properly. So how do the earthing? So you have a metal rod that's going to the earth. Just to give you an example, a cell tower might be having 7 earthing, a oil refinery might be having 2,000 earthing, and you have seen all of that. And not only they have to have the earthing, they have to monitor the earthing is not getting worse, which means because of the soil condition and many other things, the steel might be rusted. This grounding may go bad, and one of the implications of this grounding go bad means that industrial installation will be no more safe. There can be a lot of problems, and I'm not going to get to the depth of that, but what you have seen that in the third world countries, these are not monitored properly. As a result, we do see a lot of transformers getting burned, a lot of cell tower equipment are getting burned. So we have a very reported case history of how that damages the thing, and primarily it is because they do not perform the regular maintenance, and that is what Internet of Things helps, because we have an online connected earthing resistance monitor system, which means if the earthing is getting bad, it gets reported to your cell phone, your web, everywhere. You get an automatic alarm system at the top management layer. You can interact proactively as opposed to a human being doing it or not doing it, and we are just changing a manual process into an automatic process. So obviously, at that point, you are decreasing your legal liabilities and increasing your safety. Next slide, please.
So let me ask you a couple of questions here.
Sure.
Just the earth ground monitoring system that you're talking about.
Sure.
What is the architecture of this product? What needs to be installed in the the ground hardware for your cloud software to be able to monitor it?
Well, there are various ways it happens. For example, like if you go to the traditional cell tower or traditional industrial installation, they already have something called BTS, which means they have the alarm monitoring system. So in those cases, the earthbound monitoring system go to the traditional alarm system. So that's how they are operated. But then there are a lot of other situations where we put yes.
Let me get to the heart of the matter. Do you need, for example, to roll something like this out, does your product require that a sensor or some piece of hardware will need to be hardware or hardware-software combination? Some part will need to be installed on every single piece of hardware.
Yes. It is a hardware solution. So Zigom is okay. So I think I need to mention innovation. Yes, it is a hardware solution, basically a box which has a microprocessor and an electronic circuit. and this has a lot of connector leads. Some of the lead goes to the device body, some of the lead goes to the arc body. And then there are two versions of it. In one version, you'll have a mobile modem that to report to the mobile via to the cloud. In another version is the traditional system, because in many of the, I would say the most of the industrial installations still have their own alarm operating system. So on those classical situation, or you call it a legacy situation, it goes to the alarm system directly. It doesn't go to IoT cloud. They already have their end-to-end system. But in many of the locations which is outside, we have a version that is basically mobile modem enabled, and that goes to the IoT cloud. And that's true most of the time. Most of the company already have the safety cloud, so we don't need to build the cloud. We just give the hardware, and it goes as an alarm to the existing IoT cloud system.
Okay. And at this point, have you validated this with customers, or do you have any customers for this?
Yes, we validated this thing almost for last 1 year with Vodafone.
Okay.
So our validation is primarily with the legacy system, with the Vodafone cell tower, and our validation site is Mohun Bagan ground in Calcutta, where this system is working for last 18 months, and we have gone through almost like 11 iterations of the system to make it perfect, to see how the ground distance are changing and whether we can, have a better alarming system. It's a very difficult problem to solve otherwise. We have to go through very level of iteration.
And is Vodafone paying you for this?
Not yet, but they have committed to a couple of thousand, which will be coming very soon. So we have a last iteration left. So we'll be delivering them a final version of this equipment in next month. And they promised us an order of a couple of thousand.
And a couple of thousand units?
Yes, in 1 year.
What does that mean? What does that equate to?
A couple of thousand will equate to almost like $800,000. We are trying to negotiate a contract with them. This will be sole source contract because nobody have this equipment, and it is primarily that Vodafone came to us. I mean, the whole history of this thing is Vodafone needed the solution. So they came to us, and we just delivered a solution for them, and it is not the intellectual property. So we have an agreement. It is going to be our intellectual property because we invested into the whole thing. And then we have verified that Bharti Airtel, Idea, Indus, also here Comcast, Verizon, everybody showed interest. So we are first now waiting for Vodafone to confirm the order and also to finish our development at the final stage. And the total order, the equipment is going to cost around, we're trying to sell it around $200 to $400, both in the national, Indian market and hardware market and international market. So roughly, couple of the 3,500 that what we're discussing is approximately $700,000 to $800,000 order. That's the first order we'll be expecting.
And where are you located? Are you located in India?
I'm located in Maryland, but we have two offices. One office is in Maryland, another office is in Kolkata.
I see. Okay, got it. Okay.
Yes, next slide. So this is the digital lock platform. And digital lock platform is basically, I won't claim it as a very significant innovation, but there is a huge market for this. So we have come up with a very simple Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and Zigbee based locking mechanism system. It's a purely set of hardware and electronics, a very modular electronics hardware that we created. The idea is that all the lock company are trying to get into the IoT market, and they have the cloud side of it, but most of them struggle with the electronic side of it. So we came up with an electronics platform that can go very easily with a different kind of mechanical design, and they can incubate our electronics design into their mechanical platform. And we are actually partnering with another company who already have a locking system, IoT cloud. We integrated with a third-party cloud, which has a very good remote IoT cloud system. The idea is that now these two companies, that is LeatherLock and us, are jointly going after some of the major clients in the lock and key industry to update their traditional mechanical or to some extent digital locking mechanism to an IoT locking mechanism. Okay. Next slide, please. Any question on this?
Well, there will be questions. I guess the question is, the company that you're partnering with, do they have enough of a distribution channel? What are the terms of the deals? What kind of TAM are we looking at? There are all sorts of questions, but we only have
I thought this is a very short speech, so I didn't include all of this. Definitely, I'll be happy to talk about that. So now third thing is the IoT in the healthcare sector, because IoT is becoming very big. So we came up with a very small heart sound analyzer. Although I am telling it as a heart sound analyzer, just consider it's a glorified, very low cost digital stethoscope. And digital stethoscope is nothing new except the fact that we, again, similar in the line of thinking of digital lock, we thought we should design an electronics and software system so that anybody who is having a healthcare IoT system and cloud, they can actually use this small heart sound analyzer system to integrate with their healthcare IoT cloud seamlessly and at a significantly lower cost compared to the market. Siemens has this product, Lippmann has this product, but I feel that we have been able to do it at a much significantly lower cost with almost same performance.
So, Biplab, this worries me a lot because now you have 3 different products in completely unrelated industries that don't leverage each other at all. And
that is probably not true, because at the end of the day, it apparently looks like that, but all 3 of the products, essentially, if you look at how IoT market is evolving, it all will land up in either in Comcast or Verizon and everything. If you look at Comcast, Verizon, their IoT profile, they are the one, because what is the way the IoT market is evolving is that this IoT cloud primarily will be owned by Cisco or by Comcast or by Verizon, and they are basically supporting.
In every single case, you have hardware sales involved.
That is correct, but to only one party, not to different party. Because if we understand this thing, that we won't be able to create an IoT cloud, because IoT cloud at the end of the day will be maintained by Verizon, Comcast. They have the customer in their hand. So all we can do, I can go to Verizon and Comcast and sell all 3 of them.
No, that's
because
not. You may need this. Verizon and Comcast may be one unit. In your mind, it's one brand, but these are huge organizations, and each of these businesses that you're talking about operate like completely different companies within Verizon.
That is also true. So the cell tower, you're partially correct. So cell tower one will be different, but the healthcare and IoT.
One has no synergy whatsoever with the in-home heart monitoring. None.
Yes, so,
0.
No, so the home healthcare monitoring and the IoT cloud, they are all governed by the newly formed IoT divisions. In Verizon, we talk to the IoT managers. Typically, all the IoT new products that are coming in, not the cell tower monitoring, that's a safety department, that's a different, but typically the healthcare product and the digital lock product, they are being channeled through the same division of Verizon or Comcast. That is so far is our experience. But yes, you are absolutely right in one aspect, that we have a disjoint between the cell tower product and the other 2. So we can have club.
Even otherwise, you will see that right now IoT is kind of like in research stage inside of these large corporations. But if you have to bring a product to market, there is huge cost involved in bringing a product to market.
That is true, but see, our strategy is that we are not focusing that much onto the other 2, that is digital lock and healthcare. We are doing it slowly, exploring the market slowly, talking to them slowly. Our focus, as a small company, we have a limited bandwidth, and that's why our focus is totally on the up-down monitoring system, where we have no competition, and that is the thing.
Think about the other 2. That is exactly the right answer. You should just focus on one business, whichever business you think has the most potential and you want to build it.
That is absolutely correct. We are doing, because we are a small company. We know that we don't. We have actually, I would say, we have put the others 2 into a slow space. Not that we don't have clients on that, but we're really moving on a slow space. But the first one, the art monitoring, is the one we are aggressively going after the market. We are setting up the trials and putting our all energy on the first one only.
Right. So that's good.
Yeah, you know, I hear you loud and clear. We also understand that we'll be getting ourselves burned, so we are not trying all of these things. So we are trying. But other 2 also, we have seen there is a potential market as well, and we are trying to deal with the other company who will do marketing and stuff like that, and we will do just R&D. That was actually a little bit our view. But in any case, can you go to the other slide? Let me show you the picture of the whole thing. I think that people can see how the things work. So let's go to the end of the slide. Just a couple of pictures. No, after that. Yeah, go back. Yeah, give you a little bit of customer interaction also might help. Go top.
I'm not sure which slide you're looking for.
Okay. No, okay. Let's go to the down to the last few slides, because we have some picture on the last slide. Back, yes. So just to give you an idea, I think the picture speaks 1,000 words. You see that one of our Ziegler units sitting on the Mohnbagan ground of Vodafone cell tower. So to answer your question, because probably that will give a good view, so this is our product box that has a local LCD as well. And this one is not a mobile modem based connected. This is basically, the bottom line is there in it. At the bottom you can see a cell tower alarm monitoring system. So it goes like a traditional alarm monitoring system to the cell tower, because cell tower already has a software for alarm monitoring. All you will be giving an alarm if the earth resistance is bad. Bottom, the next one. So this is our basically the picture of a different kind of lock system. So although I'm showing a little bit of mechanical picture here, the things on the right hand side on the top is our main innovation. So we have created a very simple modular electronic circuit with a mechanical motor called the servo motor that is easily portable to different kind of mechanical or digital locking system to convert them into an IoT cloud.
Once again, if you're getting into consumer electronics, this kind of design is not at all cutting edge and it's not going to fly.
That is correct. So our system is that basically the design will come from our client, and they are the
in any
better
case,
one.
I don't matter. These are businesses that you should not spend any time on. You should focus on your core business and forget about the rest.
You think the others, okay. And this is just to show you that this is our prototype unit for the Hearthstone monitor. Okay. So now we can go to the client. I accept it. So you can go to the client engagement. So I can give you a little bit of status of the client engagement side. Stop. Yes, that's one. No, previous one. Next.
Right?
I think next one. There's a client engagement. Yeah, that's one. So this is our present lead customers. We have a Vodafone and Airtel in India, Comcast and Immersion. On lock side, we got connected to Kaba. Again, this is not on a high priority base. Again, on the fact of the healthcare monitoring system is also the trial is delayed.
I would cut all your in time and resource investment on this other stuff and focus only on the first one. So
well, in effect, I agree with you. In effect, that's what we're doing. We are very focused on Vodafone and Airtel.
Yeah, but why are you presenting all this stuff to me? I don't want to spend any time on this.
Okay.
But and you shouldn't be wasting your limited time with me by discussing stuff that don't matter.
No, I don't think it matters. It's a long-term future plan. But
no, it is not a long-term future plan. You will see once you start actually, if you follow a methodology, a proper, proven methodology of building a business, you will see that this stuff does not show up in your roadmap for a long, long time, very long time, and maybe never. So right now, it would have been this presentation, this time that we spent together would have been much better spent if you stuck to an actual go-to-market strategy for your core business, which we have not discussed at all.
That is true. At this point, our go-to-market strategy is very simple. We have hired a couple of retired guys who are in the safety security department of the cell tower companies, especially in India as well as in US, and they become our consultants, and they're helping us to getting into all those accounts. So far, so good. Our limited strength that is available, we have penetrated into many accounts, and we at least got trial with 2 accounts, Vodafone and Airtel. Vodafone came to us actually, so that's a different issue that they are a long-term client. Same with the Comcast and Immersion, and we are not taking any more clients because given our size, unless we get funded, all of them are $10 million plus company. I don't think we'll be able to satisfy them or we'll be able to deliver them. So we're very focused on all these 4 clients now on.
So it's not even clear to me if this project is fundable right now. Based on the information that you've presented, I cannot make a call on whether this company is fundable or not. There is a lot of...
to be honest with you, we also don't think it is fundable at this point of time now. We have to close our deal.
It's not a question of at this point of time or another point of at this point of time it may be fundable because you're actually working with customers and so forth. What I don't see is any understanding of the market sizing, for example. Investors cannot make, please understand this, all of you who are listening to this, investors cannot make any decision on whether something is fundable or not without seeing what is the size of the business opportunity here.
No, size of the business opportunity we mentioned in our slide, but I didn't pitch to you. The size of the opportunity we identified is more than $2.5 billion. That India itself probably constitutes more than $1 billion.
Based on what? Where is the analysis? Where is the TAM model?
It is there in our presentation. The slide I didn't show. We did a thorough analysis of ground monitoring system and others, but also you have to understand the fact that this will be very speculative, and that's why I don't want to emphasize it today. The fact is there is a huge market for earth monitoring system on each of your ground, in each of the office, in each of the industries. Only question is that is it a valid analysis or not? That I can say only after we do some kind of trial and we understand. Right now, we know in cell tower it is an issue, as Vodafone came to us and all the cell phone tower companies identified this as an issue. So far I have a visibility onto the cell phone tower company as a very solid opportunity, and we are focusing on that only.
What is of the cell phone tower opportunity for you from a bottom-up point of view? Do not give me top-down numbers.
The thing is that the top-down number might be misleading. That's why we are working on the bottom-line number. That's why I'm saying that right now we know the cell tower it is a genuine opportunity. We also know that power distribution is a genuine opportunity. But let's say unless Vodafone signs an order with us at certain price, we are discussing with them, or let's say we are also trying in other industrial sectors like oil refineries. They have told us a certain price point they might be willing. I want to divulge the name of the company. This is another $10 billion plus company. Now, my all question to you is that this is very difficult to predict. If I really do the calculation, the market price might exceed $5 billion because the earthing is needed by each and every industrial installation, and many of them will be willing to go to the IoT side of the story. But at the same time, it is difficult to estimate because we are seeing a varied response from the market. Some people say, yes, we need it. Some people say, no, we are happy with what manually being done. There are some political issues. In some cases, the union is getting threatened. We are seeing all of the issues. Now, given all of the issues that is going to happen.
IoT in the Indian market. Indian market is a laggard market. This is not the best market to bring new products to bear.
I beg to differ on that. I beg to differ on that. I would say that
if you speak all over me, then there's no point of your being here. You're here to at least listen to something that I have to say. Otherwise, there's no point of your being here.
No, I'm hearing with you, but I'm respectfully telling you that our experience is saying a little bit different. That in the third world country, probably we believe the IoT has a better role to play for various reasons, starting with the fact that there are remote locations, there are a lot of frauds, and there are less dependable.
There are a lot of cell phone towers. There are a lot of towers in every single location. The whole cell phone industry operates on distributed towers. That is the architecture of the cell phone industry. It has no geographic bias whatsoever. The entire bias is psychographic bias in the mind of the buyer.
In that case, I would respond to you by telling you is that right now the cell phone towers are losing millions of dollars of equipment loss because of the poor maintenance and safety. So it is their concern that they have to.
So the point is, what you don't know is whether this is an international problem or is it a problem in the third world countries or in India specifically, where you have visibility into. You haven't talked to enough customers to know how pervasive the problem is.
We have talked to Comcast. In Comcast also this is an issue, but it's a little bit of a different issue. So it is an international problem, we confirm. But at the same time, I agree with you that we need to talk to more clients to establish that this is a solid market. Please understand that we are going on.
If you were to come into, if you want to raise funds, there is a whole slew of things that you need to do, and I can guide you on what those things are and how to go about it, and so forth, so on and so forth. But right now, based on what I have seen, in this state, in this format, I don't think you can raise money.
I agree with you, and no, that is true. That is true. Our funding strategy is we want to fill some orders first. We want to go to more clients, and then
even beyond orders, there's a whole set of things that you need to do in preparation for funding. If that is something that you're completely, focused on, and considering that this is a fundable business, we have to do the diagnostic on whether this is fundable or not. Okay, I have
give it to you.
Sorry, Biplab, I'm going to have to move on to Satish.
Sure, absolutely.
Hang on, I will, after the presentations are done and I've talked to more people, I'll do a segment on how we work in 1M1M, and you can ask more questions when we go to the Q&A part.
Sure, no issue at all.
Okay, Satish, you are up next. If you could unmute your line. Folks, please be completely comfortable arguing and debating your points. That's the whole, this is a working session, right? You are absolutely correct to defend your assumptions, defend your businesses, but also because this is a working session and really I am on your side. Think of me as somebody who's giving you feedback based on which you can improve your chances of success. So instead of having this kind of a situation where you're under-equipped to face customers or face investors, use me as a sounding board and get input so that you can refine and fine-tune your business and then a business plan and your presentation so that you can go on and have a more successful interaction when you're in a more high-stake environment like investors and customers. Okay, it seems like Satish is still having problems dialing in. We'll give him more time to do that. And I am going to actually spend a few minutes explaining to you some of the mistakes that we see repeatedly in entrepreneurs, and I would strongly encourage you to not fall into these traps. And there's a blog post, by the way, that elaborates on this topic, and you're very welcome to have discussions around that in the blog as well as here if you like. So here are the 10 mistakes that I would like you to make a note of and not fall into. We don't want you to define your success as funding. Entrepreneurship equals customers plus revenues plus profit. Funding is optional, exit is optional. You may need funding to do certain things that you are willing to do or interested in doing or you need to do to succeed, but that also is predicated upon the fact that your business is fundable. Not all businesses are fundable. So you have to get a diagnostic on fundability to define the strategy of where you go, how you put one foot before the other. You have to learn the essential techniques so that you can stay alive. You have to survive before you can succeed. If you go out of business in your quest for success, there is absolutely no way you're going to be successful because you're going to be dead. You have to understand positioning. Part of the trick of being able to navigate the very, very low resource early stages of a venture is to understand positioning really well and really focus on just the one thing that you want to deliver and build your entire business on so that you don't get all over the place. And positioning is a very complex discipline that we teach you in 1M1M. Very few people actually do teach you this. And then, entrepreneurs often spend money and resources and time and energy on unimportant things and run out of cash. You just saw me giving Biplab a very hard time about doing 3 products. He doesn't need to do 3 products. He should focus on 1 product and figure out the precise strategy for that 1 product. Is it cell phone companies? Is it oil and gas companies? Are there, a few different segments? Which is the penetration point? Seems like cell phone towers have this problem. Is there a geographical focus? All sorts of questions that need to be, really chiseled out of hard rock and a strategy defined so that you can precisely execute. There are lots of unimportant things, and we see all kinds of people go and build 5 different products without a go-to-market strategy for any of them. There are all sorts of unimportant things people do. As you develop your strategy, and you are actually, Ann Clark, you're a member of the premium program, so you have the privilege of access to the premium methodology. Follow it like a laser sharp, do a laser sharp positioning and follow that methodology in as laser sharp a way as possible. And we simply do not direct you towards anything unimportant, so you will find a very clear guidance on exactly how to put one foot before the other. Hiring too many people too soon is a surefire way to go out of business, by the way. And if you build a product without validating whether there's a market opportunity and a sizable market opportunity out there, that is another way to fail. In chasing investor without chasing customers first and getting customer validation is a wastage of time. Investors will not resonate with you. They will not give you the time of the day. You're going to waste your time. Don't network randomly. Entrepreneurship is not a party. This is not a discipline where you're going to go out for a party every night and randomly network without, a clear agenda. The other thing is, if you go and talk to investors too soon without doing the groundwork, the homework with which you can answer all the questions that investors are going to ask you, you just will not get another investor meeting. An investor who rejects you today is not going to meet with you again in a month or in 2 months. They may meet with you again in a year. But you lose important meetings if you do not do your homework and come into the meeting with all the answers, anticipating all the questions and having all the answers in your deck. So again, we have a very clear methodology on investors, both diagnostic-wise as well as actual pitching and developing the investor deck and investor material. Follow that like a clockwork. And the other thing is, do not fall into the trap of, if I go and build a lot of free users, somehow or the other I will generate money. Without a focus on business model and path to monetization, you are going to fail. There is absolutely no way you're going to succeed without a business model and a path to monetization. All right, Satish, are you on the call?
Hi, Sramana. Yes, I'm on.
Okay, I'm going to go back to your slides so you can do your presentation. Go ahead. Go on, Satish. Your turn. Now what?
Okay. So the right side of the part down of the slide is where, thanks, Sramana. Everyone, there's the QR code, please. Please download the app there.
So go ahead and do your presentation. We're not downloading anything. Just go ahead and tell us what.
Am I on?
Yes, you're on. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, Sramana, tech issues. Yeah. So Mira is about the next-gen restaurant experience driven by data sciences. Imagine you walk into a cafe in, probably downtown Manhattan, and they already know that you prefer a flat white without sugar, and you may even like a biscuit along with it. So essentially, what we are saying is, restaurants would be able to serve the customer and based on the likes and preferences.
Keep going, Satish.
Anything from anyone? Am I still on?
You're on, but you're basically going silent for.
I'm sorry, Sramana. Okay.
Time.
So what does the future look like, Mira? Okay. I'm actually talking, but I think there's some issues with Skype.
If you do not have a proper setup from which you presentation, we cannot disrupt the quality of the experience of everybody else in the room by doing this suboptimal environment. I think you're walking somewhere and trying to do a presentation from a public environment. It doesn't work with a low quality connection. We can't hear you. So I'm just going to skip this presentation. You can, do it at another time with a better environment, okay? I'd like to take calls from the audience and stuff like that.
Sure, Sramana.
Quality is better.
Sure, Sramana. Sure. Sure.
Okay.
Apologize to everyone.
Just to reiterate, this is a working session. We are essentially working with you to help give you feedback, to help you improve your chances of success. That is the whole point of being here. That's why you're here, that's why we are here. So if you like what we do and this very no-nonsense style of approaching business, please refer serious entrepreneurs to 1M1M, because as you know, our mission will not be realized unless we have serious entrepreneurs working on serious businesses. This is not a foo-foo thing. This is a serious place for serious entrepreneurs. So I'll walk you through how to work with 1M1M quickly, and then we're going to go to Q&A. And so all of you who want to dial in and have conversations with me, I will put up the slide with the call-in instructions in just about 5-6 minutes. Okay, so everything we have is at 1mby1m.com. You will find a blog that is chock full of very educational as well as inspirational material. A lot of people follow that blog and learn a lot through it, and I strongly encourage you to follow it. It's completely free. Then we have the Entrepreneur Journeys book series, of which we have published 8 volumes addressing specific topics, and we will continue to publish more of these. This is, you could say it's a very low-cost entry point to the 1M1M brand and methodology. You will start learning the philosophy and the methodology of the program through these books. They're all available as ebooks on Kindle, and you can also get it from any Kindle app on any tablet. And the first 4 books are available as paper books as well, but at this point we're not doing paper books. We're only focusing on online and digital books, and our whole program is digital and virtual. The blog is at sramanamitra.com. This is what it looks like. You also will find a bunch of videos that are FAQs of 1M1M. These roundtables happen every week, every Thursday. Almost every Thursday we are here with a roundtable. So all through June you have roundtables every Thursday. This is our 218th roundtable, so it's a very, very long-running and proven program. We have so many, now that it's been a while that we've been doing it, we are getting entrepreneurs who have used the program and followed the advice and are coming back and reporting on their success. So it's quite wonderful to see that people actually listened and found value and acted upon the feedback they got from here. To register for a free roundtable, go to the free roundtable page on our website, and you'll find the registration information, dates, times, registration links. You can register to attend or to pitch. And then we have the premium program, which is really where you will find the full methodology, full guidance. You'll find a very comprehensive and intense, pragmatic, actionable curriculum that you can follow, as I said, like a clockwork. And if you follow the curriculum and attend the private roundtables where we do the actual strategy discussions, you are definitely going to make significant progress in your business. That I can guarantee you, because we have plenty of evidence of that. We do a lot of business development work. We introduce you to customers, channel partners, wherever we have relationships. We have a very large Rolodex, and we make that Rolodex fully available to you. We help you with also financing, obviously. We will help you with both financing diagnostic as well as financing strategy. And then we help you with media relations. We help you get coverage in the media using our cloud. The $1 Million Club is on our website. You will meet some of the success stories of the program. The value equation is our ROI analysis, $375,000 worth of value for a $1,000 annual membership fee. Also, if you go to look for this kind of value in the market, you're going to pay it 5 to 10% in equity. We don't charge you any equity at all. You also have a lot of orientation material that we provide you, how to use the program effectively, and if you use it as it is designed, you will get an immense amount of value. The self-assessment is something that we encourage you to go calibrate yourself against so that you have a sense of, this is the kind of questions that investors will be asking you. And remember, you are an investor in your own business. You are investing your time, your energy, your your potential, your opportunity cost into this venture, and you should treat it like an investor. All these pages that I'm running through will help you evaluate the premium program, whether you want to join or not, and there are lots of video FAQs on the site. We teach you the program through case studies and video lectures, and we've had over 600 very successful entrepreneurs, some who have gone on to build billion-dollar businesses, come to this forum and share their case studies, and we have stitched it all up to a very powerful curriculum so that you can simulate the experience of learning from over 600 very successful entrepreneurs, not just from Sramana. There is a very rich body of input and guidance from a very large number of entrepreneurs who have been very, very successful. So it's very powerful and very inspiring. We teach you 7 main topics in the core curriculum: bootstrapping, positioning, market sizing, customer validation, financing, customer acquisition, and team building. And then in electives, we teach you Web 3.0 and e-commerce, cloud computing, and business solutions. It includes all the big data, Internet of Things, and all of these topics. Outsourcing and consulting is an elective. Mobile and social apps, healthcare, IT, online education, these are all gaming, these are all elective modules. Our methodology is lean, capital efficient, bootstrap startups. And even if you raise money, you're going to have to navigate a period of very lean, capital efficient, bootstrap startup mode to be able to qualify for funding. This page that's on your screen right now is accessible from the press navigation button, and that's where you will see how much coverage we've been able to generate for our premium members. And we also generate a lot of visibility for our premium members through the social media channels. We have quite a lot of social media presence, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and we let you use our channel to give you visibility. We also give you access to publish in our blog, and we cover you on our blog. So, there's many, many different vectors through which we give you visibility. And if you're an organizer or an entrepreneurship development organization of some sort that has synergy with us, and if you want to partner, we have an affiliate program that's available for partnership. Upcoming free roundtables every week in June, every Thursday in June. Vision India 2020 is another book from our shop, which is an ideation book. If you haven't yet settled on what idea you're going to build upon, this is a very good book. It uses the technique of visioning to show you how to, to stimulate ideas in your brain. And then we also have 1M1M Incubator in a Box, which a lot of corporations are using to start their own incubators on our platform. So we're working with a bunch of different companies using this program. These are some of the more recent books, and we are ready for more discussions. You can dial into the phone number 650-479-3208, 663-363-004. Tell us in public chat that you're calling in so that I know to call for you. Please put your computer on mute until I ask for you, and let's get going. If you want to ask questions in the public chat by just typing in, that's fine too, by the way. So Dibjit Kaur, if you want to dial in, you can do that and let us know when you are dialed in. Yes, you can dial in now, absolutely. Is anybody else interested in dialing in? Any other questions in the public chat? Feel free to use the area in the public chat to ask your questions. Also to introduce yourselves. Introduce yourself so that we know who's in the room, what projects you're working on, where you're dialing from, and you can also network with the people in the audience. Debjit, are you on the line? No? Yes, Biplab, please go ahead and ask your question. Kim Folsom, company Real Smarts. Where are you located, Kim? Ken Anderson wants to know about the incubator in a box concept. Yes, I will explain. Kim Folsom is in San Diego, okay? Very good. So Ken, incubator in a box is essentially a way in which we work with any organization to help them start or expand their own incubation capabilities. So to give you an example, we incubate companies in the SAP HANA developer network. So in that scenario, SAP buys a chunk of 1M1M memberships and gives it out to their ecosystem, the HANA developer ecosystem entrepreneurs, as scholarships to study in 1M1M. So they can incubate companies, but we do the actual incubation work. And this is something we also have going with Nokia, now part of Microsoft, of course. We are also doing incubator in a box programs inside of Oracle. So Oracle, for instance, runs its entire corporate incubation intrapreneur incubation program on 1M1M incubator in a box. Does that answer your question? So if you represent a government, for instance, and you want to do an incubator for a particular organization, a particular city or a particular state or a particular region, we could work with you as well. What do you mean by existing virtual platforms, Ken? What kind of platforms? Maybe also helpful, Ken, if you introduced yourself a bit so we understand what context you're coming from. If you're an existing virtual incubator and you want to use our program, you can supplement your program with the 1M1M program. Yes, you could refer your companies into 1M1M and will be. Oh yes, okay, absolutely, Ken. So now I remember our conversation by email. Yes, you can absolutely set up an incubator in a box program with your entrepreneur and small business organization with the state of Delaware, and we can definitely work together on that. Perfect, actually. It's a perfect opportunity, perfect synergistic opportunity. That's great. So Ken, Irina will work with you to follow up and structure a program together, or we could even set up a call to take this further. There is a whole section on incubator in a box on the website. Have you had a chance to look at that, by the way? Maureen, can you put the incubator in a box link from the website in the public chat, please? So I would spend some time on that and then come back to us with your specific ideas. If you identify a group of entrepreneurs in the Delaware entrepreneurial ecosystem, and if you want to bring them into the 1M1M program, absolutely, we'll be happy to incubate them jointly. Let me, just a second, there's a bunch of questions. So Debjit, are you on the call?
Yes.
Go ahead. Please ask your question.
Yeah. Actually, I went through an incubator. We are working on a cloud storage platform for photos and videos.
Okay.
And I was under incubation at the Indian Angel Network.
Okay.
Now, very recently, I even got an offer from IAM, which is 2.5 crore rupees for 20% equity.
2.5 crore rupees for 20% equity, that's a very bad deal.
Yes, I know. We have actually rejected that. I mean, I have actually rejected that because I still believe that the platform deserves a little bit better valuation. So I have rejected that. My mentor was Nikhil Sama in IAM.
Yeah.
So then I had a discussion. Hello, yes.
Nikhil is a part of the 1M1M program.
Oh, yeah, is it?
Yes.
Okay. So I actually rejected that offer, and then I came. I mean, like we had a few discussions with Hari sir, and in the meantime, I could arrange about 60 lakhs of rupees as convertible debentures.
Okay.
Now right now my entire product development has been completed, and I really don't need crores of rupees right now to go to the market.
Okay. Then don't
so
take
what
it.
I propose, yeah, that is why I am not taking it, and that is why I told Hari sir that sir, I actually don't need crores of rupees to go to market. So this 50-60 lakhs would be good enough for me to go to market, because my entire technology has been done, and there is a very nominal job that is left, and maybe in the next 2 to 3 months I'll be able to go to market.
Okay.
So Hari sir then recommended me that you should also once talk to Sramana, and you just convey whatever is there in your mind. You just convey it to her, and just ask for her feedback. What she thinks of whatever you are whatever you are working on, and how you have figured it out to go to market. Just have a talk to her. So in a nutshell, the current situation is I have managed to get about 60 lakh of rupees. My product development is almost complete. The server code technology is complete. We have got some user interaction job is left, because I personally am not a very good designer, and at the same time I wanted the user experience to be really good for the product. So that is one major expense that we would be spending the money on. And apart from that, there is not much left to do with the project. Now what I wanted to ask
for the business.
Yes.
What is the go-to-market strategy for the business?
What is the
go-to-market strategy for the business?
Okay, right now what we are thinking is once the project gets completed, we will bring out a private beta version. Now we have
the beta.
Yes,
so you have had no
beta version,
action while you've spent all this time developing this product?
I am yes, I just missed out. Can you just repeat?
You have had no customer interaction while you've been developing this product?
While I was, yes, we did had a discussion with few of the photographers in Calcutta, but mostly this product was, I mean, not much of the customer interaction, because I personally felt that there is a need for a photo and video cloud storage platform.
This is completely and totally against the way we advise entrepreneurs to build products. I can understand that you're an engineer, you're very comfortable with building products, but you really need to switch out of the mode of thinking like an engineer, and you're going to need to think about how this product is going to go to market, and that, you know, if there's one thing that you need to really pay attention to right now is creating a very robust go-to-market strategy. Otherwise, your 60 lakhs is going to disappear in a nanosecond.
I understand. In fact, I am actually looking for more feedbacks right now. I am talking to people, but most importantly, I really didn't want it to be an entrepreneur on the first place. So I did not had any plan that I would be an internet entrepreneur, or I would launch a product of my own someday. Basically, I used to love programming from a very childhood. I got introduced to programming when I was in class 6.
So what do you want me to do? Right now, do you want to bring this product to market, or you do want to close shop? You don't want to close shop, right? Now you are an entrepreneur. Whether you want to be an entrepreneur or not, now you are an entrepreneur. Yeah. You're taking 60 lakhs from some investors who expect to be paid, right? Paid back.
Correct.
Right? So now you are an entrepreneur. Whether you wanted to be an entrepreneur, you did not want to be an entrepreneur, you're an accidental entrepreneur, you are now an entrepreneur. So now you need to behave like an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Now you better learn what needs to be learned and deliver, because now you're playing with other people's money. And you do not have, it's not appropriate to fuss around with other people's money.
Absolutely. No, what I actually was trying to say is that.
Can you let me finish? You really need to learn business now. You know programming.
Absolutely.
Build something because you know programming. Now you need to learn how to bring this product to market, and that's exactly what we do in 1M1M, and this is why Hari asked you to talk to us. So if you decide that you want to learn how to build a business, you're very welcome to join 1 million by 1 million, and we will teach you every step of the way on how to bring this product to market. It's that simple.
Sure. Okay. And I would also like to have a feedback from you of how much. I mean, I personally am convinced, but still I would like to hear from you. How big is the problem you think about photo and video
cloud storage? I cannot give you
storage?
These answers. These are not answers that I can give you. You're going to follow the program and answer that question yourself, because there is work involved. And that work, I'm not going to do that work for you. You will do that work yourself. And there is research involved, there is modeling involved, there is all kinds of processes involved that help you determine that. Total available market pricing is one of the core modules that we teach you. And you have to model your market and assess exactly what you're after here. I'm not going to do that work for you. I'm not your outsourced marketing research assistant.
No, I didn't mean that. No, I can understand.
I'm giving you a hard time a little bit, but part of it is to get you going. Because you don't sit in and think, oh, I didn't want to be an entrepreneur. I'm an accidental entrepreneur. Now I find myself, I've got a product. Now what do I do? Now get your act together and bring this product to market and deliver return on investment to your investors. That's where you are. These are the choices you've made accidentally or consciously. This is where you are. Now you have to deliver.
Absolutely true. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Let me take the other questions in the audience.
Sure.
So Kim Folsom says, this has been helpful. I only wish that I would have learned about you sooner. I've spent a lot of time with other traditional incubators. Kim, where did you hear about us from? It would be interesting for us to know where you heard about us from. And Ken Anderson, we will absolutely work with you and get you going with your entrepreneurs. If you identify which of your entrepreneurs in the Delaware ecosystem you want to incubate jointly with us, we will get them going as soon as possible. Who else? Biplab, you had another question, yeah? Jolly Jose, just introducing Bangalore Biz Cost Savers, B2B marketplace for alternative cost saving solutions. All right. Anybody else? Any other questions, comments? Anybody else wants to call in? Maureen says, Ken was helping me keep my sense of humor today. All right, folks, while you're figuring out what other questions you have, let me introduce you to Irina Patterson. If you have any questions about any part of the 1M1M program, please contact Irina. Ken, your first stop also is Irina Patterson. Her phone number is 786-301-2456. Irina at 1m-by-1m.com is her email ID, and Skype is Irina_Patterson. Biplav, I cannot hear you. So either you, I don't hear you on the call. If you may be on mute, which so you will need to unmute the line. Otherwise, you can also type the question in the public chat. That would be fine too.
Okay, okay. Can you hear me now?
Here you are. I can hear you now.
Okay, oh, okay, fine. So very simple question, Sramana. I mean, you mentioned that it is always better to bootstrapping. So last year we generated $90,000. This year I already booked around $250,000 in our partner, IT program. Now, I'm seeking an advice. Should we, I'm not in favor of looking funds immediately, and that's why you are right that we are not prepared for VC funding. Now, I'm actually in favor of bootstrapping the whole system. So far, so good. We have money to do another 12 months with given the project we have in our hand. So do you suggest to go on like that, or do you think we should organize, focus on one product and get prepared for funding, or we can go the way we are going, which is we are doing
bootstrapping using services, which sounds like is what you are doing, is a
right.
perfectly accessible methodology. However, you do need to get your ducks lined up to see how if you have aspirations to become a bigger company, you will need to organize yourself in ways that help you grow. But bootstrapping using services is a perfectly acceptable methodology. We even have a book from 1M1M on that topic.
Then why do you think that, I mean, if that is a perfect methodology and it seems we agree and that is how we are moving, so why do you suggest that we'll be needing funding? I mean, what would be the reason for it?
I'm not saying you need funding. You said you need funding. You put a slide up saying you need $5 million.
Right, because we were thinking like we wanted to have some advice, but our preference has always been the bootstrapping and build our company, and we are moving along.
You have to raise funding. Did I ever say that? I've never said that. We never force people into funding rounds. All incubators do, except us. We do not force you into funding rounds.
Okay. So that makes the situation clear. So at least you are also suggesting that bootstrapping will be a better method to move to certain extent till you get ready for the funding.
Right now, you're not ready for funding. So you have no choice.
I agree with you. We agree with you. I'm not disagreeing at all, not even a bit.
Biplav, hear me out for a second. You have to bootstrap because right now you do not have a choice. Right. Whether you have a choice or not is something that you need to determine. Is this fundable or not? That is a diagnostic that you should determine, and that's something we can help you with. Once you make that determination, if the company is fundable, then you have another fork on the road to determine, do you want to raise funding or do you not want to raise funding, and do you want to continue bootstrapping? And if you're not fundable, then you have to bootstrap all the way anyway. This is the roadmap.
Okay. No, that's good to know. That's definitely good to know.
Okay. Anybody else? Any other questions? Anybody? All right. Well, if you guys are all done asking your questions, then we will meet back here next week. And in the meantime, any of you, any questions, call Irina. If you're looking for help with joining the program, call Irina or email Irina or Skype with Irina, and we will get going. And if you want a slot to discuss your venture next week, contact Maureen or just register on the blog, on the website, and we will get you situated. Good luck, everybody, and thank you for joining the program today. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.